Well, hey, this is a little story for all you stick shifters, and you'll know what I mean in a bit. All right, we own a 2008 Audi A4, and we've kept it in good condition. It has a few miles on it, but every mile has been loved. But as with all things that people own, stuff happens, and we discovered at one point that there was a fuel leak, and we weren't sure where it was. As soon as you started the engine up in the parking lot of our house, oh boy, something's seriously wrong here. So turn off the key really quick. And we have AAA, so what we had to do was first decide where we were going to take it, and then call AAA and have them come and pick it up. Simple enough to do, right? So I got on the phone and I called them. I gave them our number and blah, blah. And they said that someone would call us back shortly or send us a text, which they did. And it didn't take very long either. I think it was about 15 minutes or less. The driver got back to us and said, he got tied up on a job. So unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to make it probably for another 40 minutes to an hour. We said that we're okay with that. We have another car. It wasn't going to jeopardize our plans for the day. So be safe and come pick it up at your convenience. Okay, he says. I'll send you a text when I'm on my way. So actually about a half hour later, we got a text and he says, hey, I'm done here and we should be there in about 10 minutes. And we go, well, that's great because we're all ready for you to come and pick it up, and we've made arrangements for where you can drop it off for us. He goes, okay, great. So shortly thereafter, he shows up in our driveway, and I hear beep, 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 beep. He's backing in, and we have a long driveway. It's about maybe 150 feet, and then it turns into a big square pad where we park our cars. So he didn't come all the way down to the pad. He came about 2/3 of the way down the driveway. And, it's not a hookup kind of deal. It's a flatbed. So I see him roll out the flatbed and then raise it up. And I meet him out in the yard. And he goes, do you got the keys? And I go, sure, here's the keys. I made sure I unlocked it before I gave it to him. And he opens the door and he goes, uh-oh. And I go to myself, uh-oh? What could uh-oh mean? I said to him, is there an issue? And he goes, well, yeah, there is an issue because I don't know how to drive standard. I said to myself, I almost started to laugh, but, you're a tow truck driver and you've got a partner and neither you nor he can drive a stick shift? And the way the car was positioned, it actually had to be driven at least to the point where they could hook it up and drag it on. And I said, don't worry about it. I'll drive it up for you. You will? I go, yeah, no problem. So I get in the car, put it in first, straighten the car, line it up with the truck, lay out the clutch, give it some gas in first, and drive right up the ramp. Stop right at the edge. And the guy's standing there and he goes, thank you for doing that. I could never have gotten the car up here. Oh my goodness gracious. So obvious. I threw on the emergency brake, put it in gear, turned it off, got out. The guy goes, wow, you put it perfectly in place. Thank goodness you were able to do that. And I said, thank goodness. Anyway, I followed him to where we were dropping it off with my other car, made sure he got there, signed the paperwork. He was able to back it off, just sticking it in neutral, and all was well. Next day the car was ready. We went and picked it up. But I just can't believe that you could get hired as a tow truck driver necessarily and not be able to drive a standard if what you are driving is a flatbed. I don't know, it just seemed odd to me. It's a shame these all new paddle shifter people, they're really missing out on something special, don't you think?